what got you interested in these genres in general and writing in particular?
Well, I guess we could toss that line way, way, way back and start with let's start with the fact that I had speech delay as a child, and
Hmm.
understanding other people and having conversations with other people was very difficult. It's something that I've since gotten much, 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 much better at. But I was known as the kid who just didn't talk, was really quiet and shy, and I just didn't have that much great immediate social interaction. Like I was the kid who was like sitting there quietly, and hours later my brain would sort of catch up and I'd sort of understand all of a sudden what was said hours and hours earlier.
Hmm.
So given that amount of remove from other people when I was young and very, very quiet, I had a really, really, really rich inner life and imagination. And a lot of things were going on in my head, and I was trying to take in all the sensory information and process it properly. But one of the things that really helped me was reading. And I
Hmm.
loved to read. I loved to get lost in these worlds, and I loved to read about people talking to each other, and the dialogue was immediately accessible to me because it was visually processed.
Right.
So I would read dialogue and understand the social interactions between people, and that actually helped me frame
Hmm.
certain aspects of my life and things that were going on, which is, I mean, it's not your usual way to grow up or understand other humans, but yes, other humans. That you can see where I
These
am. How far
humans.
removed other humans. These human beasts is quite interesting. But I mean, Dragon Riders of Pern, Anne
Oh yeah.
McCaffrey, uh, the Black Griffin, Wheel of Time. Oh my gosh, I just got lost in these stories. They were so wonderful. Like sometimes I would read and I would just get overwhelmed by a scene or like this really cool thing that happened or this moment, and I would have to shut the book and like lay back and just I would just be like, one day I will write this well. Like this, like I'm like I want to tell stories that move people, and this was from me as like
Hmm.
preteen, young child. So, um, you know, my tastes have evolved over time. So, I got a lot more selective and picky as an adult, reading
Right.
and taking things in. Like, I loved Piers Anthony and the Zank novels,
Oh
but if I went back and read
yeah.
them now, I'd be like, wow, this is really problematic. I have a problem with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But when you're young,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just about the
Yeah.
event and the story, and it's like you don't have a lot of refined taste, but it doesn't matter because what matters to you is the adventure and that you lost in it. So that's um question. That's how I got into this. Is I started telling stories and writing when I was really young because I loved the feeling of being immersed in a story, and I have stories inside me and I have the imagination going, so I decided to tell them and write them out.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think a lot of people, not the same exact route, but they hear the stories that mean something to them. They want to pass that feeling on. They want to pay it back. They want to, and if you're an imaginative person, they're going to come out one way or another.
Yep.
You might as well, find a way to enable yourself to spend your life doing something you actually care about doing.